Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. This is me, Jonathan Alexander, and I'm here to host our show, Life, Laughter, Happiness. Now, today I have my co-host, Kelly. Are you there, Kelly?
Yeah. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
And today I have my co-host, Barbara. Are you there, Barbara?
Yes, I'm here. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
How you doing?
And
Good.
because this is Psychic Day, and I have here we have Karen Page. Are you there, Karen?
I am absolutely here, being my regularly perky self.
Hi,
Yeah.
Karen.
For those of you that want to get a piece, look into our community, go to www.lifelaughterhappiness.com. Now, Barbara, you were going to say something?
Oh, yes, I have my daughter here, Priscilla, and she was so excited that Karen's on. And she said that she has, she said that she has a question.
Well, cool. Go for it, girl.
Priscilla, you're our first caller. You're on the air.
Okay. All right. Okay. Should I just go ahead and ask you?
Absolutely, sweetheart.
Okay. So my first question is, I've been seeing a lot of crows lately, and they're like, I feel like they're like telling me something, but I don't know exactly what they're trying to tell me.
Did you say crows?
Yeah, crows.
Okay.
And it feels like they're kind of like following me, and I just wanted to know if that's like, if there's like a significance in that, or it's just a coincidence.
No, that's about protection. That's about protection. And, you have a lot of angels that watch over you, honey. And sometimes when they need to get a message to us, they do it in the form of butterflies, of birds, they have all sorts of creative methods to get our attention. But that definitely feels like it's about you being protected and wanting you to know that.
Do you think it's from my father?
Next word's coming out of my mouth. What are you, psychic or something? Yes, sweetheart, I absolutely 1,000% think it's your father.
Oh,
and especially what 1 second, what better time would there be for him to let you know that he's around than the holidays?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's sweet.
Because we both know there's nobody he'd rather spend them with than you.
Thank you.
It's true.
Do you think about the protection thing? Do you think what is he exactly protecting me from?
Everything, sweetheart. Everything. It's a crazy world out there. And sometimes when we are very sensitive, not that you could relate to that at all, of course. or we are very innocent, sometimes we don't realize people's real intentions.
Yeah.
So, and they're not always, unfortunately, the best or cleanest of intentions. So that is his way of letting you know to be conscious, which I know you are, and to, be selective of your friends.
Yeah.
And that's what it feels like that message is about. That's why there's so many of them. Isn't that kind of a trip? I mean, it does feel like there's wow. He sent the army.
Yeah. Do you think I know who that is? Because I think I have a particular person in my mind thinking.
Absolutely. And you need to listen to that, sweetheart.
Mhm.
Absolutely. You know, jealousy's an ugly thing, and they feel jealous.
Really?
But that's their problem, not yours.
Okay. So what
So,
do you think
yes.
I should do about it?
Absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Absolutely nothing. Don't give them that.
Yeah.
Lack of acknowledgement is the healthiest and smartest thing to do,
Mhm.
because that's their problem, not yours.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that
Okay.
lesson is one you should take with you all through your life. That's their problem, not yours.
Yeah. Thank you.
Absolutely, honey. Anytime. You know I love you.
But I do have another question. Is that okay?
Oh, for you, of course.
Thank you. So this isn't like a current question, but I was just wondering, what do you feel like in the future, not like in the future, like, but like in a few months, like, in not like a super long range, but like in a few
In
months
the near
from
future.
now. Yeah.
Okay. What's the question? What about in the next few months, honey?
Just what's gonna go on? Am I gonna meet people?
Oh my God, yeah. Sweetheart,
Yeah.
I can promise you are not going to be short of friends. When you recognize how priceless your friendship is, because when you say you're somebody's friend, you really mean it.
Yeah.
And you will, when you know the how important that is, and that is the priceless gift, is friendship. You will never be short of friends. Ever.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you so
they're
much.
coming. Boy, are you going to be popular, Tootsie Pie. I mean, we're going to have to make an appointment with you. It's like, hi, do you remember me? You know? So I'm not worried about you having friends, Dolly.
Yeah. But can I just thank you so much for that. But
oh, you are so welcome, sweetheart.
I just want to say I love your book so much. It's really good.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Every word of it is true, sweetheart.
Yes. It's so interesting to me. I loved reading it.
You know,
I really done yet, but
I know it's so. I always think to myself, and I'm here to tell the tale. I survived all of it. Wow. You know?
Wow. Thank you so
It is.
much.
And thank you, sweetheart, for that. Enjoy.
Yeah, I will.
Okay,
Thanks,
Dolly.
Karen.
Bye.
Thank
I
you.
love her. Are you kidding?
Yeah. That's
But
special.
you know that.
Oh, yeah, she knows.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Okay. Wow.
All right.
Okay. Thanks. We're finished.
Are you ready for a caller?
Of course. I was born ready for callers, Jonathan.
509, you're on the air.
Hello, Karen. How are you?
Fine. Who's this?
This is Mindy from Pasco, Washington.
Hi, Mindy. How are you?
I'm okay. So I've got a question for you.
Sure, sweetheart. What's up?
Okay, so I kind of did something between my dad and his wife, and I'm kind of wondering what her position is in all of this, and if what I'm thinking is accurate or not.
Well, what it feels like is that if she's smart enough, she is not going to try and separate you and your father. So the truth is, I'm not terribly worried about her. This is going to be fine for you, honey.
All right. So what about what I?
She is not going to go on what I always call the seek and destroy mission. She's not going to do that. So don't worry.
Okay. I feel like he's kind of doing it because of what I did.
No, because he knows that what you did was true. It doesn't mean that he wanted to hear it, but he knows it's the truth. And at the end of the day, he's always going to be your father, and everything will be fine, honey.
Okay.
This will get cleared up. So please rest your heart. I promise. You'll see.
Okay.
And
she's not.
Go ahead.
So I'm wondering if she's had ill intentions towards him at all.
But towards your father?
Yeah.
Well, of course you knew that. He has been a convenience for her and made her life easier. This is not the big love story. And you're absolutely right. And he knew it but never wanted to look at that.
Right.
But you know what? At the end of the day, he knows exactly what your intentions are. So please, I want you to please know this absolutely is not going to do anything harmful to your relationship with your father.
So should I tell him like what I've done? Because I mean, well, I didn't say anything.
Sweetheart.
I just did something big, and
it's okay. It's okay. No, you don't need to tell him anything right now.
Okay.
You need to just be your regular, sweet intentioned self and move forward. Some things sometimes love is not love. It's a convenient word, or it's framed in that for people to get what they want, and
right.
that's what she wanted, and you know that, and I know that, and I want you to save your energy, because at the end of the day, he knows it too. He knows. Trust me, he's not stupid, but it doesn't need to be a conversation. At a certain point, before the end of May next year, he will tell you.
Okay.
That he knows exactly who she is.
Okay.
So you need to just point that pretty nose forward and don't think about it. It has nothing to do with your relationship with your father. He's a tough bird, honey. He's a tough bird.
Yeah, I just miss him, and I can't talk to him because she's always around, and I just wish
Sweetheart,
that,
you will. But before the beginning of May next year, you and your dad this will get straightened out.
Okay.
And you're going to get your
you're
going to get your dad back.
For
I
good,
love happy. Well, yeah, your relationship will become what it should have been.
Okay.
And she will no
Thank
longer
God.
She will no longer be able to interfere, and she's going to be outed. Boy, why do people do that? It's not a real question, honey. I mean, I just am always astonished. It's like, what is that about?
I don't see. I just want her to change her. I mean, she's just so much about money, and it's like people.
It's
people
all about
matter.
money,
doesn't
sweetheart.
money.
Honey, but that's what you and I both know. That's the reason she's with your father.
Right. I hope my dad
Honey,
she's just,
trust me, he's going to be just fine.
Okay. I just don't know what his reservation is there. She doesn't even. They don't even have a marriage. She sleeps on the couch. She doesn't eat our food.
Well, honey, I know that, but you know what? And when your father is ready, and I'm telling you, it's going to be between now and the beginning of May. All of a sudden, your dad is going to have what I always call a revelation in the bathtub, and he's going to wake up, and he'll let you know. He knows. He knows, sweetheart.
Okay.
So rest your heart. This is not what he signed up for, and trust me when I tell you, he has realized that.
Yeah, see, and I think she do something to her ex-husband? I mean, to the husband that passed away?
You mean besides just being?
no. Well,
being her miserable self?
I don't know about that, but I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean,
no, honey, she didn't. She did. If you're asking if she killed him, no.
Yeah.
No, she didn't.
Okay.
Nope. And I'm not worried about your father being in danger.
Okay. Yeah, she's just said a couple of things, and my dad's had some conditions that, I mean, there has been 4 incidents that's made me think that maybe she's doing something by poison or something.
No. And he's not going anywhere, sweetheart.
Thank God. Okay.
Got it? And if I thought
she said that she prayed every day. She said she prayed every day that her ex-husband would die, and she watches these shows that have, it's almost
honey,
like, I don't know.
Save your energy. If I thought for 1/10 of a second that your father was in danger, I would have told you.
Okay.
That is not what this looks like to me, and I got a really good track record. So save your energy, honey.
Okay.
As nice as your dad is, he deserves to be happy, and he knows that
he does.
This is not what he signed up for. So I'm begging you to please just rest your heart. This is going to be fine, and she's in for the surprise of her life. I love it. Couldn't happen to a more deserving. Never mind, I won't fill in the blank there.
Oh.
God, where do the predators come from?
I don't know. I feel like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either, honey. I didn't get that memo. You know, it's like, really? Why would you do that to somebody that he couldn't be better to her? He couldn't do more for her. It's like, why in the world would you do that and live that lie? That's heartbreaking. But he's about to come out of this, which makes me very happy.
Yeah.
So don't worry. It's coming.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, dear. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, sweetheart, and you have a very, very peaceful holiday season, because next year is going to be a whole lot better.
Okay.
Okay?
You're
going to get your dad back.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome, sweetie pie. Rest your heart.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Uh-huh. Bye.
So what do you all think of that caller?
I identify with that a little bit. So I understand.
I feel for her. Isn't she lovely? I feel for her because it's heartbreaking. And I know how much her father loves her. And it's like, God, why do people do that? I just don't get it. And I know I sound naive when I say that, but I just don't even understand that. And her dad is lovely. And he, unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately for this, but fortunately he does know what she is. I'm sad that he has to live with this, you know, because he deserves more.
Yeah.
So it's that's heartbreaking, and for her to interrupt and interfere with the relationship between she and her father, that's disgusting.
It really is.
It really is.
What in the world is wrong with people? There's not enough for everyone. This is a man that has a heart full of love, and you want to separate him from his daughter? Really?
Yeah,
wow.
It's not a pie. It's not like there's a finite amount. You have to divide it, up. I mean, there's
not only that, but
love,
she's his daughter. And I know the reason. I actually know the reason that the woman has used as an excuse, but it doesn't make the pain any less. And if she really loved her husband, then she would. There would be absolutely not even a remote conversation about separating him from his daughter, who he adores. It's like shame on you.
It's so much pressure on him.
It's definitely. And he needs that like he needs a hole in his head. It's disgusting.
And they have enough to deal with just getting older, and they aren't as young as we always think they are. They're getting older, and they don't need all of that. They don't need that at all.
Honey, nobody needs it. I don't care if you're 20 or you're 70.
Right. And then they live so closely with the person. They know what buttons to push. They know how to manipulate, and it really is sick.
Absolutely. And it's like, stop, Why is she so threatened because the daughter knows exactly what and who she is? Well, that's lovely. So she's going to, isolate and dominate? That's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Wow.
But I guess she never got the karma memo, huh?
No.
Wow.
Surprise.
Here, karma.
Yeah. And boy, it bites hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so you ready for the next caller?
Yeah, I am, my friend. I am.
Okay. Area code 203, you're on the air.
Hello.
Howdy doody.
Hi, howdy doody. This is Pat again.
Hi, Pat again.
Hi. You helped me just last week with my son and granddaughter. And I'd love to just chat. I've got, questions that I never get around to ask, if you wouldn't mind.
Of course, honey. Go ahead and ask.
Wonderful. Thank you. Well, the girl was speaking of crows. This is just a fear on my part because I love this rhyme, but often I just see one crow, and this poem starts off as 1 is for bad news, 2 is for mirth, 3 is a wedding, 4 is a birth. Is that true when you just see one crow?
No.
Thank you.
No, sweetheart.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, I'm happy to hear that. Birds and animals are around me a lot and giving me signs. And literally yesterday, I don't know where I was at, but I was at a point where it was a vulnerable point. I don't know what I was thinking about. I turned the corner walking a dog, and there's this poor young buck that must have been hit and was able to get off into a hill. And I just, I get incredibly upset and said a lot of prayers and just wonder, what did that have to do with me? Oftentimes, those signs come to me that are, very upsetting.
They're visitors, honey. That we all have them. They come in all sorts of different shapes. They come in butterflies. They come in bees. They come in birds. They come in all kinds of shapes and forms.
But this one was dead.
That, honey, and I understand that. But there must be somebody that is not well around you, that is getting ready to leave, because that's what that usually represents.
Okay.
But there's not. This is not. It's not. It's almost like it's the signal to let you know that somebody that you care a lot about is leaving, and you're going to have one more angel protecting you.
But yeah, this happened. There were a lot of signs like that just before I lost my last dog. It was really uncanny.
Yep.
And it's stunning. After I lost him, there were birds doing all kinds of things in the sky.
It is astonishing, isn't it?
Yeah, and
it's like, how in the world does that happen?
It's
but it does.
It's so incredible. And the more you look, the more you're astounded. After he died, a week later, right outside my house, in one little tree, where the landscaper had cut off so many branches that it scared the birds away, there must have been 6 birds that sang all together.
How sweet is that?
And then ended, and that was the end of it. It was a signal for like 2 weeks, and then that was it.
Yep. But they just come to tell us we're either very heavily protected or that we can expect a new, I want to say, visitor coming to watch over us, because that's usually what they represent.
Okay. So how is the health of my dog, which has been a concern? I'm hoping that it's not going to be him.
No, it doesn't feel like it's him, honey.
Great.
Does
is it
not,
my brother-in-law?
That doesn't. I was just going to say, this feels like it's a two-legged. Yeah, it feels like your brother-in-law. That feels right to me. And his feels like it's been off and on.
Mm-hmm.
There's been an ongoing health issue, and that's what it feels like with him.
Okay,
so
I have a burn.
It's his turn,
right.
and finally he'll have peace, because this feels like this has just been a terribly long journey.
Yeah.
And it's enough already,
Okay, so here's the
he's
question.
going to be fine, sweetheart.
Good. Here's a question that has been bothering me for a couple of years. My family was somewhat like what you were talking about earlier. My sister, I won't go into it. I'm sure you can pick up on it.
Yeah.
I had to break myself off to save myself, but then when my son got married, I opened up to them again because I didn't want it to be awkward. And
because you didn't learn the lesson the first time, or the first 30 times.
Yeah, I didn't. But this time, I think my heart just, what do you do when your son's getting married? Make it easy for them.
Can I tell you something that was really lovely of you, even though they didn't deserve it, but it was very lovely of you to include them.
They didn't deserve it. And
no, they didn't.
My note was maybe you can have your reunion on the East Coast since so-and-so's getting married. And it was wonderful. And what did they do? They had the reunion. Do you know that movie on Golden Pond?
Of course.
Okay, so that's where we would go in the summertime. Do you think I could afford it? It was $900 a week. Do you think they allowed dogs? Nobody cared about me and my dog. They just...
God, what is wrong with people?
They just took off and had again, it was the same thing. Anyway.
You mean it wasn't all about them?
Yeah, right.
You mean they had to take someone else's feelings into consideration?
Exactly.
Pat, how could you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It just makes me laugh.
So I do not want to spend the money to go to a funeral and be around these people.
Sweetheart, I'm sorry. Don't you have to stay home and wash the dog that day?
Well, what's going to happen when I don't go?
Honey, nothing
maybe
different
they won't
than what.
Even notice.
No, and nothing that any different than what has already happened. They're always so thoughtful about your feelings, and always have been. Haven't you noticed that?
Exactly.
What's the question, honey?
What?
Don't do that to yourself. I'm telling you, it's not going to make any difference. Except it will make a difference in your peace of mind or lack thereof.
It's not going to make any difference to me. I don't want, once again, to be seen as the one, you know.
Honey, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
This will sound odd. Do you like them?
No.
Wait, I knew the answer to that. I wanted you to hear yourself say it. Do you trust them?
You know, I've got 2 sisters left. And
wow, that's 2 more than I got.
That was the one closest in age I was going to ask you about next. Her as a person I like. My older one, I adored my older one when I was young, but she's
not that person anymore, though.
No, and I don't know. It's so sad.
But, sweetheart, that's her journey, and this is yours.
Right. So
I tried to be friends with my sister until 13 years before she left, and I finally, when she was pounding on the dashboard of my car, I'm not sure if it was the 10th or 12th way that she told me she wished I were dead.
Yeah.
That I finally believed her.
Right.
And there are some people that they become emotional bottomless pits where nothing is ever enough. And no matter what you do, no matter how kind you are to them, you're never going to be like them because everything revolves around them and what they want, what they need. They'll do whatever it takes to get it, and they're not interested in having somebody around that has a heart and a conscience. And the truth is, sweetheart, you know where they came from. So they definitely don't care if you're around or not. Because they've rewritten their history.
Yeah. Okay.
And you need to be kinder to yourself. Aren't you at a point in your life, would you rather be right or tortured? I mean, you know exactly who you're dealing with. And unless any of this, they know who you are in their mind. It doesn't matter that you're not the person that they can relate to. Do you know what they don't know really who you are. They know who they need for you to be.
Exactly. Exactly.
And you're not going to be that girl. So what's the problem?
It's difficult because any time I'm myself at all, it's very easy for them to use the scapegoat that I'm the crazy one, so they can dismiss
Sweetheart,
me.
I'm going to tell you a story, okay? And I want you to remember this, and I want you to do yourself a favor and stop trying to fix what you didn't break. Okay? That is them, and you are you. Okay? My sister, I would meet my sister's friends occasionally, and it's funny because Jonathan and Kelly and Barbara know this story. And I would occasionally have lunch with them, with my sister, or invite them for dinner or something. And my sister would get up and leave the room and go do whatever she was doing or go to the restroom if we were out. And they would always say to me, so where does your other sister live? And I would say to them, you know where Lindsay lives? She lives in Los Feliz. And they would look at me and say, no, I know where Lindsay lives. Where does your other sister live? And I would say, there is no other sister. What are you talking about? And they would say, there has to be. Well, this happened the first time, the second time, and then by the third time, I realized the sister that Lindsay had described to them, they knew I didn't have fangs and I wasn't this horrible creature that she had portrayed her sister to be. And one of them said, you have to have another sister because I know it's not you. That's what they said without saying it. And I would say to them, it finally got to the point where I said, when I realized what had happened, I say to them, oh, that sister doesn't really exist. She only lives between Lindsay's ears. And they would start laughing. And you want to hear the funniest part? I'm friends with a lot of these people that have reached out to me. And my sister is gone many years, and I pray that she found some happiness when she left, because she did not ever have it here. And it didn't matter what I did. I bought her cars. I took her to Europe. I couldn't do enough for her. It was never enough. And you also have bottomless pits for sisters. So save your energy, honey, and be happy. It is there, and stop giving them the permission to continually hurt you.
Right.
That's where you have the power to stop that.
Right, and that's my job. And
why would you go and put yourself in that situation over and over again?
Exactly. But I want to ask you, I'm once again trying to create a relationship with my sister here because of my granddaughter, and I'm leery. Is it more competition on her part? Is she pretending? Okay. Is she pretending once again to like me?
Honey, she is about as loyal as a turnip. Actually, I think a turnip is more loyal. What's in it for her?
Wow.
I'm sorry. I mean, I wish I could say, no, she's one. I can't say that. I'd be lying. She doesn't even know who you are anymore. What are you talking about?
Okay. Is she loyal to her friends?
What's in it for her?
It's the same answer. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That helps me. That keeps me back on track.
I hope so, sweetheart, because why you would continue giving her permission to do that, I don't get it. It's like, why?
Is she gonna try and outdo me with my granddaughter?
Honey, save your energy. No.
Okay, good.
No. Your granddaughter died. I don't get an issue with your granddaughter. Your granddaughter feels quite fine.
Great. Did she see a ghost for the granddaughter on Thanksgiving in her?
Oh, absolutely.
Cool. Do you know who it was?
It feels like it was a relative of that watches over her, like grandfather, grandmother, like that.
On the wife's side?
Yes.
Okay. Was I the only one that realized she saw a ghost?
Honey, everybody else is crazy, didn't you know? Oh, come on. And I'm sorry, your sister can't control a ghost, honey.
No, not my sister. She wasn't there.
No, what I'm saying to you is that would not be a conversation that she's going to have. You're the only one that she would talk to about it because she knows that you would understand.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So I'm not worried about any of that. But we will talk again soon, you and I.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.
All right, sweetheart. God bless, and you take care of yourself, please.
You too.
Okay.
You too. My dog Chance. Thank you too.
Oh, give them a big hug from Auntie Karen.
There he is. Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you. So what do you guys think of that?
What a cutie pie.
Yeah.
You know what? Unfortunately, isn't that just like real life? She's lovely. I've spoken to her before. And she is the kindest, sweetest, warmest. I mean, and she's authentically like that. But what do I always say to all of us? It's like, don't you wonder how we wound up with some of those siblings that it's like, what happened to them? Who are they? And what house did they grow up in? They didn't get the same lessons that we got.
Yeah, that's sad. My goodness.
Isn't it weird? I think it's weird, isn't it? I mean, it's like when I go to the next world, I'm going to talk to God about that. That's on the short list of questions I have.
Yeah, it's that whole nature versus nurture. I mean, they were, siblings are all brought up in the same household with the same, roles and the same parenting. So what happened?
They're in the words of that great sage Lady Gaga, they're just born that way.
I guess so.
Seriously, I mean, I look at it and go, wow, what happened?
Yeah.
And I realized that my mom always told me that my sister had been that way from the day she was born.
Oh.
And it's like, wow, okie dokie. How sad. So I hope she found peace in this life, in her next life, I know that she's going to have to come back here and redo this over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So they're the bottomless pit people.
You ready for another caller?
Sure, Jonathan.
Okay. Area code 386 is next.
Hello, 386. How are you?
I'm good. This is Cindy. Hi, Karen. Hi, everybody.
Hi, sweetheart. How are you?
Hi. I'm doing pretty good. Hi. I missed talking to you last week, but I got to listen to the shows.
Yay!
I just didn't get in time. Yeah.
But we're right here now.
Oh, I'm just thrilled to talk to you. I'll tell you what. You give me such hope.
Oh, you're so sweet.
Keep on keeping on.
That's a man, left foot, right foot. Isn't that the truth?
That's the way it's been lately. Put one foot in front of the other and just keep walking blindly.
Absolutely. Well, tell me what your question is, honey.
Well, just anything you might see with updates with work. I've had some things just kind of like shuffling around. I've been trying to, get some contracts on my business, and that has been really just kaput. And then I had somebody, a friend that
went left on you. A friend that went left on you.
Well, I had a friend that did that too, that did this turnact. But I had a friend that brought some equipment over for me to work on, had some work for me. They said they were going to be able to keep me busy. And then they kind of, after the first project or so, they were just kind of backed off, and I think they were short on money.
I was just going to say, this is because of the money issue for them. Absolutely.
Yeah. And
it feels like you're, one second, honey, you're going to hear from one of the people that you have pitched or bids out to right, I mean like a minute before Christmas. And then by March, it feels like you have 2 contracts in your hand that you're going to be busier than the one-armed paper hanger. It's coming like right now. And the one that's going to come right before Christmas feels like before the middle of January is when they are ready to sign. It feels like the 10th. The 10th of January.
Uh-huh.
They will be ready to sign. Will it what, sweetheart?
The one that calls me right before Christmas, you mean, that I hear from, then they'll be ready to sign in January?
Ready to sign. It feels like I keep saying the 10th of January. And then there's going to be 2 that come back to back before spring starts.
Well, that's great.
So
that's great
you're going to be busier than the one-armed paper hanger I mean.
Well, luckily today I got a phone call out of the blue. You know, I thought I was going to have plenty of work to stay busy in between with these other little projects, and sanding and painting and doing some of that type of stuff for some equipment and trailers. And then when that kind of just fizzled out because they didn't have the money to move forward with it all at once, then I was like, okay, now what am I going to do? You know, because this isn't moving. That just fizzled away. And then today I got a surprise phone call from a former customer for some therapy work on horses that has an injured horse that he wanted me to work on. So it's not a lot of money, but it's something. You know,
honey,
it's something
you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine, and you really need to know that. That's the part right there. You will have enough to tide you over until January, and in January this feels like everything is made right. Your money won't be the issue; it will be time, because you're going to be crazy busy, honey.
Do you get any updates or anything regarding the contact from someone regarding the situation with the ex?
You mean
we had discussed before?
Mr. Angry?
Yeah.
Honey, yeah. Stay away.
well, no, you had picked up, you were
the health
talking about that I would be contacted by someone else because he was going to have a final health issue.
Yes, but that is not, you don't have to worry about that. They're going to come to you. That's not, you have nothing to do with that. It's going to be to notify you.
Got it.
And so this is that's the last thing you need to waste 2 calories of energy on. Got it?
Yeah, no, I was just thinking about, just wondering when you thought that might happen, when I might hear from that.
You're going to laugh, but it feels like it's right about the time that you start getting so busy, you'll barely have time to even think about it. That spring period. This is just fine, and thank God it has nothing to do with you. There's nothing further for you to try and fix or make okay or stop the rage, or do you know what I mean? It's like you're going to be fine, honey, and it feels like it's at a time that you're going to go, gee whiz, I'm sorry to hear that. I have to go home and wash the dog. I mean, it feels like it is so almost after the fact, and I don't see you terribly upset over this, sweetheart. This feels like you will finally be free.
Good.
And he can't torture you anymore. There's no nice way to say that to you, but you know exactly what I mean. Boy, what is a nice girl like you doing with a mean guy like that?
Well, someone once told me that even the darkness likes the light. I'm like, why are these guys attracted to me and pretend to be this nice guy and then turn out to be this evil, hateful psychopath?
Yeah, what a control freak.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, well, I'm the queen of that. The nice part is you will never have to look over your shoulder again or think twice about him or his charming personality. So it's coming, Dolly.
Good.
Rest your heart.
Good. Very good.
That makes me want to do the happy dance.
I was just going to say the happy dance.
Yep.
The friend that you picked up on, her name is Trish, that's kind of gone wayward. Can you kind of tell me what's going on behind the scenes there, what the issue is with her.
By the way, this has nothing. Her stuff has nothing to do with you. You didn't do anything to bring this on.
Yeah, we've never had any outs or arguments or problems or. I mean,
no, this doesn't
her,
feel like it, honey.
but...
This feels like it's her stuff that she can't handle, and because you are very resourceful, she really doesn't want to hear that. It feels like she is attached to the drama of it right now.
That makes so much sense because
that is exactly what it looks like to me.
I really felt
what
like
happened
it was
here. Yeah.
There's another friend of hers that's just
toxic
drama. That
I'm sorry. Did I say that?
Toxic. Yes, toxic and drama that you can't even imagine. And she has been trying to help her. And she's
but honey,
it.
Yeah, but it feeds a need in your friend. That it makes her feel like she is needed and smarter, more resourceful.
Gotcha.
And it's so crazy. It's like that's how you feel good about yourself? Wow. At what price? You know, and the quote unquote friend that she keeps trying to help, I got to tell you, sweetheart, that feels like, talk about a poor choice, because she uses everybody.
Yes, absolutely.
And
this was one of her former students. She's a retired school teacher.
I
this
understand.
Was one of her former students, so she had this pity thing, and she knew her, how she grew up, and the family and the problems, and so she felt.
Yeah, but honey, that was broken way before she ever came along.
Yeah,
and
so she's kind of
and her
over trying to help her.
Well, God bless her. You know, what can I say?
I know.
It feels like she has how she went left on you. It feels like she's done that to several people in her life. That there isn't room for anybody else except this big drama that she married herself to. Boy, talk about putting yourself in the middle of something that you absolutely don't belong in. Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't picture her consumed by this and like she is. And we've been friends we've been friends like 20-something years. I mean, good friends.
Honey, you did nothing wrong. This has nothing to do with you.
Do you see, I'll hear from her again? Do you see
absolutely.
Come around
absolutely.
And
you will absolutely hear from her. Absolutely.
Okay.
So, but it may not be until after the first of the year because, you know, she's having a real hard time trying to juggle everything.
This girl that she's helping.
Honey, forgive me. That is her issue, not yours, not mine. You definitely don't need to be carrying that around, and I'm sorry that she made that choice to let her take over her life, but that is her journey, not yours, and surely not mine. So let go.
Yeah. I thought she was really the source of the problem, and I just thought, well, that's a choice she made, you know.
Yes, it is, and that is exactly what it is, sweetheart. That is a choice that she made, and it's sad. You know, you and I look at it and kind of go, "What the heck are you thinking?" You know, and why would you do that to yourself? Because it has completely, there's no nice way to say it, destroyed her life.
Yeah, and
she has
this
no peace anymore. No, I heard you. But you know, this girl's life was screwed up before your friend ever got involved in it, and her letting herself get dragged into the middle of this, that's heartbreaking.
And now this girl has a 4-year-old daughter that my friend is like a grandmother to. This little girl has
sweetheart, and that is her choice. It's not yours.
Right. So, and the mother has helped.
calm down. I'm serious. Calm down. Got nothing to do with you. She's going to realize the price this has cost her life. Her life. You'll hear from her. And we will talk again.
Okay. Awesome.
Okay,
well,
sweetheart.
thank you, Karen. It has been
You
lovely
are welcome.
talking to you. And I
and
so
you,
appreciate it.
sweetheart.
Thank you so much.
God bless.
So what do y'all think of that caller?
I feel for her. We've all had friends that have gone left on us for a variety of reasons, and that is so painful.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck happens to everybody, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's the choice you're going to make? Okie dokie. Bye-bye.
Remember, mine went left on me, and then she died.
Yeah. That's
okay.
So it would be
sad.
nice if she did talk to her before something like that happened.
Well, but clearly this girl came in. This girl made her feel like you can rescue me, and it made her feel, I want to say, better about herself. It was a drama that she signed up for. So that's the choices people make.
Yep.
So,
Okay,
how about you, Mr. Jonathan? We have another caller.
208. Yes.
Hello, 208.
Hi, this is Alyssa from Idaho. How are you guys doing this evening?
Great. How are you doing?
I am good. Thank you for asking.
Do you have a question?
I do. I'm hoping you can tell me when I'm going to hear from Derek. We used to be best friends when we were younger.
What is going on with everybody and their weird family dramas? That's what it feels like with him. This and I'm going to say to you what I said to the lady just before you. You know this has nothing to do with you.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk for years, and I recently, a couple months ago, reached out to him and I apologized for the things that I did wrong, things that I learned in my upbringing.
This isn't your problem though. He feels okay. I just want you to know that you will hear from him.
I haven't heard from him for months.
Yeah. Well, you'll hear from him, but it may not be till spring.
Oh wow.
Yeah, when you least expect it. And if you hear from him at all by the holidays, it's going to be a little perfunctory note, saying wanted to wish you Merry Christmas or something like that, because it doesn't feel like it is. I don't see you really connecting again until spring.
Yeah. So I'm assuming from what you said earlier, it's a family issue that's causing him to not have time.
This has nothing to do with you, sweetheart. He doesn't feel upset with you at all. It feels like he doesn't have room for anybody right now, and that this is all about his family.
I hope everything's okay.
Well, it feels like it's been a series of ongoing health issues and this one and that one, and he feels like the only sane one, that isn't hysterical all the time. And it's they always turn to him, and he's always Superman. So that is exactly what this looks like to me. So but you'll hear from him, and it'll be one more thing that you're gonna I'm glad you'll be on the phone or whatever, so he can't see you roll your eyes again, and go, of course, it's your family again, another drama. So rest your heart, you'll hear from him, honey. Got nothing to do with you.
I'm curious. that same guy, Derek, do you see a potential for a romantic relationship in the future?
Oh, no, sweetheart. No. This is not that guy. This is not that guy. And if that's what you're looking for, move along, sweet girl.
Well,
it's not him.
Even just being friends with him, is nice. I'm just be nice to meet that guy that I am going to potentially marry.
And you will. It just isn't this guy. So you need to don't do that to yourself. Okay?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was more just a curiosity thing.
Yeah, no, it's not him. But you and it feels like in August is when you meet your husband.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so
I'm glad, 'cause
rock on, girl.
I don't want it to be like another, I just turned 30 not even a week ago, so
Happy
it's one
birthday,
of those,
sweetheart.
Milestones. Thank you.
Happy birthday. That's funny, you and Kelly, our co-host, she's December 4th.
Oh, mine's the 7th.
See?
Hey, wow.
You little cutie pie Sagittarius.
Wow.
Well, next year is going to be a whole lot better than this one's been.
Well, I'm glad you say that, because the other question I had for you is when you see me getting approved for disability. I've been waiting for 2 years.
It's coming, and this will be all of a sudden it's going to, literally all of a sudden it'll get approved. And it's going to be, what in the world happened here? It'll literally be all of a sudden. It'll get cleared. And it's funny because I see them doing one more interview with you, and all of a sudden it's like nothing left to say here. You're approved.
So do you see it going in front of the judge? Because that's what I'm waiting for.
It may not be necessary. That may not be necessary, honey.
Oh, God, I hope not, because, I've been waiting 2 years. You wouldn't think that, you never think that your life is going to change.
Oh, I
you
know,
think, okay, I'm pretty in control. I was rear-ended, and my whole life has changed. And, yeah, it's pretty, it's crazy how much your life can change. And
in the blink of an eye. You bet. But I promise you are going to get your life back. You are. And
that would be nice. I'm tired of worrying about money.
you're going to get your disability approved. So there.
That's awesome.
And it's and it's so funny because it feels like it's out. Literally, it feels like out of the blue. You don't hear, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, we just need to talk to you one more time, and it feels like you finish the phone call and then, okay, well, everything's done now, and it's like, wait a minute, I thought this was done 2 years ago, and it feels like, but this time it really is done.
Does
and
it
you
feel
will get approved
soon?
Yes. In January.
Oh, thank you. Oh, God, that would be amazing.
So rest your heart, honey. I'm telling you, next year you're going to be so happy. It is the whole energy of next year is completely different than 2019 has been. I always jokingly say to Jonathan, Kelly, and Barbara that 2019 was planets in the sign of poo-poo. It's like, come on, kids. Can we get done with the poo-poo already?
Oh, man. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that one.
So it's coming, sweetheart. It is
thank
coming.
You. I appreciate your time.
You are very welcome.
And
thank you. I appreciate that. And you just let the holidays be peaceful for you, okay? Because they sure haven't been. and let this one be something different, emotionally different for you. Okay?
I will definitely try, and I hope all of you have a great holiday as well.
Thank you, sweetheart.
Of course, you guys have a great night.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, so what do you all think of that caller?
Boy, it must have been just the time for those early December babies, huh?
Yeah.
To be put through the crazies. It's like, what in the world is that? You know? You guys, I'm telling you, you won't be able to barely control yourself with how happy you're going to be this coming year. And the little girl that just called, what a sweet girl. I mean,
such a sweet boy.
Yeah, well, she's a sweet girl, and she's just had one thing after another with absolutely practically zero help, you know. And next year, it literally feels like the door opens up for her, and she'll be able to breathe. It's wow. So it's a coming. It's a coming, kids.
Okay.
I love happy endings.
Me too.
Area code 203 is next.
203?
Hi, Karen. This is Michelle from California.
Hi, Michelle. Oh, hello, fellow Californian. How are you?
Yeah, right in San Fernando Valley.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, I know.
That's hilarious. Hello, neighbor.
Yeah. So we've spoken before, and I just can't wait for the day when I don't have to ask about the job. And but I didn't make any move yet, and I'm still at the same job. And I did apply for a job like out of state. I haven't liked anything. So
I was going to say, why are you doing that? Because it feels like you're going to get offered a job not too far from where you are. Not too far from where you live. Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh yeah,
I don't.
Said that.
That is so funny. Do you know? I never remember my readings.
Yeah.
And but that's what it looks like to me. And if it comes up twice, I think I can write it in stone. You know?
I hate to say it, it's come up 3 times, and
isn't that?
Maybe that's why I haven't made a move, because I thought, if
honey,
this comes
coming.
out close by,
it's
because
coming.
I was thinking, okay, I could move closer to work, and then it's like, I wonder if this comes, So, okay.
Well, part of it is when you're really ready for it, and I always believe we're exactly where we're supposed to be for any given time. And sometimes it's really uncomfortable, but once you let go of that and kind of go, well, I'll just be here a little bit longer. And I always call it the whistle while we work period, where you don't, it's not personal, it's got nothing to do with you, and all their like crazy stuff that's going on there, that definitely has nothing to do with you. It feels like there's this, I know I've probably said this to you too. It feels like there's this crazy shift in management, almost like musical chairs, and that they are so toxic. It's like, calm down. This is not a Nazi workstation. Calm down. Because they feel, I almost want to use the word angry. It's like, what is wrong with you people? Calm down.
Yeah.
Because it feels that nasty tone in their voice.
Yeah.
And that's the real problem. It's like, God, I guess he never got the memo. You catch more flies with honey than with vinegar, But wow, are they nasty?
Yeah, I've suffered very, very much.
Well,
I've
you're in good company,
much.
sweetheart. It's not just you. There's a whole bunch of you that have. It's like, what happened to them having respect for their coworkers and employees? And I mean, what happened to them? Was that not part of their hiring?
I don't know.
You know,
it's gotten worse and worse.
Yes,
and worse.
it has. Yes, it has.
The way that I'm spoken to, and you know what?
Disgusting.
No man spoken to this way would have ever tolerated it. They would have cried. But I suffer through it every day with just beratement.
It's disgusting. I told you the story about working with a guy like that once, and I said to him, please don't speak to me that way. Lower your voice. And I love this part of the story. I thought his head was going to explode because the nerve of me speaking to him like that, right? And I just crack up laughing every time I think about it because when I went to HR the next day and the manager said to me, why didn't you didn't, he told us you were really angry, and I said, I don't think I've raised my voice since I was 3. You know, I mean, what are you talking about? I don't do that. You know, what are you talking about? So I told them the story, and I said the manager that was in the meeting started laughing. She said, I'd have paid real money to see that. I said, well, my philosophy is the only person that ever had the right to speak to me that way was my mother, and since she never did, the coupon expired. It's non-transferable. Nobody ever has a right to be disrespectful. It's never okay.
No, but yet, you don't want to lose your job, and they're
No. I understand that,
yeah.
but I've been doing this work since I'm 10 and a half years old, so I had a different outlook on it because I have, I've worked for myself for all these years, and I've always had a career, and I always said I'll do this work as long as God wants me to, and if God wants me to be a house painter, I'll be at Home Depot buying brushes in the morning, But when it's something that is a job that yours is different. You have to, unfortunately, sometimes work with people like this. However, boy, you're going to get the opportunity that you have been talking to God about. It's coming, sweetheart. And I'm sorry this has taken a minute, but if you can make peace with this, I'm telling you, it's coming sooner than you think.
I'm going to hold off for. Well, I have to tell you what's funny is that I have gotten well, I've had a foot out the door for a while. And,
I know that. Well, you felt it when things started changing. You knew immediately. It's like, what's wrong here? It doesn't feel the same.
Well, when I started changing, when I said, I broke my arm this year. I was off for 4 months looking for another job, and I felt myself coming back. Well, when I came back to work, the stuff coming out of my mouth would have never come out. I'm just brutally honest. I just call everybody out, and it's just.
Oh, hi, honey. Welcome to my world. And sometimes people don't know how to handle that.
No, I know. And people are like, because they're all men. They're all men looking at
right.
me.
Oh, I know that. You have always worked surrounded by men.
Yeah, and it's like you have to, so rather than tiptoeing around, I've spoken my mind forcefully, it's just, and it's kind of hysterical, and it's kind of like nobody's touching me, and it's like, wow, if I knew you weren't going to like say anything before, I would have spoken up before.
That's
so
very funny. Well, the interesting
has...
thing is, it feels like you have several fans there. I'm not kidding. It feels like there's a couple of guys that work there that are fans of yours, because it's about time. I mean, they don't like it the way that you're spoken to or treated, you know? But if they say, you know, why do you talk to her like that? They're going to all of a sudden have the target on their back.
Yeah, that's.
And so,
but
nice
the
other job is coming, and boy, are you going to be a little happy camper. But it's closer to you than where you are now. By quite a lot. It feels like it's right, not far from where you live.
There's only, I think, a couple of places that fit the bill, and I'm hoping for that to happen.
Honey, well, you're going to know, and if don't be surprised if somebody that you have known or worked with before is at this place, and boy, are they happy to see you. There's a completely different energy in the new place. They will be thrilled to have you because you have the perfect skill set for them. And they're going to be just, sure, no problem. And you're going to think to yourself, now what in the world happened here? You know? I mean, did they not notice I'm a woman? I mean, you know? And this is a very, very open-minded company. They still have their same rigid constructs connected to the way things have to be done, but they're not Nazi-like about it. You know what I mean? And they know. I mean, that's what it feels like. It's. I mean, forgive me, but it feels like where you are, all of a sudden, the only thing they're missing is clicking their heels. It's like, yikes. What happened to you people? You know?
Yeah.
And they all feel, I want to, excuse my French, pissed off and angry. It's like, what are you all so angry about? It's like, stop.
Yeah. And you know I'm not. I mean, I'm nice to everybody.
I know, I understand. I'm on that committee.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's no excuse not to be nice. And if somebody is rude, it's funny, the place I work where that guy said was his filthy mouth and screaming at me, and there was a woman that worked there that she didn't like me because everybody else did. And it was, and I was nice to her regardless of her being rude. And eventually she couldn't help herself. It wore her down.
Nice. Yeah, maybe it was just a matter of time to trust, you know?
Well, I think she was used to being the grande dame. And that wasn't part of the job I had applied for. So, you know, it's like, I don't care. You know, I'm not trying to be anybody's, the grande dame of anything. That's your job, honey. You know. And she just she would have none of it. You know, how dare you make friends with people and people be nice to you? And it's like, so what would you rather I be? Just horrible? Nah. I didn't get that gene. He said, God said, stand behind the door, Karen, you'll never need that. You know?
Sometimes when people come in and they're well-liked and they're nice to other people, they're not nice to you. And you're, like, kicked to the curb. So maybe she felt you weren't going to do that to her.
No. I mean, because I'm nice to everybody. I don't care whether they are the boss or the maintenance crew.
It's
yeah,
like
me
there's
too.
no excuse. But she couldn't stand that everybody that even worked in the back would come out and hug me when I came in. And it's like, because I was respectful of them, you know, and there's no excuse not to be. We're all working together, and it's like, you know, God rest Rodney King's soul. Can't we all just get along?
Yeah.
You know, and it was sad. It was sad to me because she would just, you know, screw her face up, and it's like, oh, lady, what are you going to do if your face freezes like that one day? You know, you're going to really be upset, you know.
It's so nice. It's so nice when people change their minds about you, though. It's so such a beautiful thing when all of a sudden hate turns into light.
But it's not hate, it's usually fear. Because they don't know you. They don't know you. So them being angry and nasty and all that stuff, I kind of go, did I do something to you in another life? You know, like...
I know.
And sometimes whatever is going on in their head, I'm sorry if they I always say I'm sorry if they had crappy childhoods, take a ticket, you know. We all learn from that. And it doesn't mean you have to be mean to people because you had a crappy childhood. You know, it's like I'm pretty sure I was homesick that day and had nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So and where you are, it's so interesting because your new job, wow, the environment is just so completely different, and everybody is so sweet there. You'll want to pinch yourself.
It's still
and
in
they
the
will be so.
Defense,
I know
right?
they will be so happy to have you there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and you will, but that you are a woman for them is like an extra gift because they will just be thrilled to have you.
Should I buy a house if I'm going to stick around here?
You'll be able to, and that's a decision that you'll be able to make pretty quickly. Pretty quickly, honey.
I know it's like California and the prices. I'm kind of too old for.
Well, right now, and if you can wait until next year, things will be better for that.
Okay.
There'll be a drop in the housing market.
Okay.
So,
good.
As they say, don't worry, rest your heart.
Right.
It's going to be fine.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome, Dolly, and you just have the most beautiful holidays, okay?
You too. You too.
Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. And let us know when you get your job, when you get the call, okay?
Right. So what do you think of that caller?
She's so sweet.
Yeah.
She is. We do have the sweetest callers and the loveliest audience, Jonathan. Thank you. It is.
Okay.
I love them.
Well, our final caller for the night is going to be area code 951.
Okie dokie. Hello, 951.
Hi, it's 951 calling from Sacramento, California. It's Nathaniel. Hi, how are you today?
Hi, Nathaniel. How are you?
Good.
I love that name.
Thank you.
I'll bet you there aren't 37 Nathaniels in any of your classes, are there?
Sometimes I run across another one, but
it's yeah. But I always tell the girls there were 6 Karens in all of my classes. It's like I love unusual names. So, what's your question, my friend?
Well, I wanted to see what you saw for me in 2020. I'm looking maybe for a new job or a place to live or a girlfriend or just a whole ball of wax, I suppose.
Well, can I ask you an odd question? Are you
sure.
open to moving?
You know, I'm renting a room in a pretty nice place right now, but you know, I've been here about 6 months, and it was better.
Well, I
before.
think it's what it feels like is that at the end of spring next year, you're going to look back and pinch yourself and go, what happened? Because all of a sudden, and this just makes me want to laugh, because you're going to think that they called the wrong person for this job that you're going to get. And you need to please.
So I have a job. I'm going to get another one.
Yes.
I'm going to begin.
Oh, but you are going to love this.
You're going to love it.
You are going to make a lot more money than you're making now. And that's why I said to you, it feels like you're going to think that they called the wrong person, because it's like, this is the job? I mean, it's like, and you're highly qualified for it.
It's not going to even be like a job. It's just going to be a ball of fun.
Yeah, pretty much, but it's something that you're going to think to yourself, wow, they actually called me for this. And you are going to be, well, I'm sure you heard me say it, this year the planets have been in the sign of poo-poo, and everybody has just had such an uncomfortably difficult year. Everything kind of went sideways, and things that should have been incredibly easy were made so much more complicated than they needed to be.
Yeah.
And in 2020, it's going to be exactly the opposite, which is a beautiful thing. And things that you have been waiting for, it's very interesting because you're in such a peculiar situation where all of a sudden things that kind of went sideways 4 or 5 years ago, all of a sudden, I want to say, straighten out. And you will be happier this coming year than you have been in many years, my friend. Things will become a whole bunch easier. Oh, I have a good track record.
Yeah, I do birthdays. Can I ask your birthday? Because I know every day of the year has, like, Jimi Hendrix was born the day of electrifying excitement.
Oh, I love it. Well, I'm born September 29th. I'm September 29th.
Oh, well, that's Libra 1 is the week of perfection. Yeah.
Week of what?
Libra 1 is the week of perfection. So it's perfect that time of the wheel, right over by that, so that's a pretty good day.
Yeah, it works for me.
Yeah.
I was born on Yom Kippur.
Oh, wonderful.
Yep. And the joke with my mom was I always, even though it didn't fall on the same day every year, I apologized to her every year on my birthday. So it is, when's yours?
I'm born May 1st. I'm born the day of ironic insight. So I've really,
that's funny.
I know the like a lot of Chinese astrology. I actually know hundreds, if not thousands, of birthdays of people.
Oh, I love that.
So
how cool is that?
Yeah. See, so like Jim Morrison, he was born a couple days ago, the day of abandon. So Sagittarius 2's Jim Morrison of the Doors.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of people died actually during a death cycle. So you get
oh my God, I have had this conversation.
I was
on the air.
Oh, we talked before? Because Aries is the infant. Aries is the infant, so it rules first, and then Taurus is a child, and was the next 7 years, and then Gemini.
I have a Taurus ascendant.
Oh. Well, that's good. Both my moon and rising are a Gemini, so
well,
but,
you know what? But that's really lovely. That is a lovely combination because it gives you a slight grounding wire,
Right.
And it gives you the mind to apply yourself to things that a lot of people just don't get. And you must be crazy smart with that combination.
Well, my first 4 planets are in the 12th house, so that's
another.
that's another kind.
I love it. I love that. Yeah. So you've been doing this before, huh?
Yeah, so I've been able to
back.
guess birthdays. I've been able to guess birthdays. Sometimes I go into somebody and I can guess their birthday, or, since everybody.
Everybody what, dear?
It's called.
Oh, did we? Oh no, that sucks.
No.
How interesting.
Yeah.
I hope he calls back.
Oh gosh, I hope so.
How interesting. What a darling guy.
Yeah.
Let me
my God.
see.
Nathaniel, call back, please.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's sad. I hope he'll call us back.
How's that happen?
I hope so too.
He's a doll. What an interesting conversation.
I know.
Oh,
that never happened.
I know.
Okay.
I love that, how fascinating, somebody that knows all the meanings of the actual birth dates. That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Okay.
He'll probably call back.
I've been so into that. I was like, and then I was like, what?
Yeah, did you hear me go, hello, Nathan?
I know.
Don't leave.
I'm like,
do you guys want to wait for me to call back, or do you guys
Can
want
we
to wait
give
for
it
me to
a
call
couple
back?
just a couple of minutes?
Yeah.
That would be lovely.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, please say something. You're there, aren't
Darn,
you?
I wish we had his phone number. We'd call him because he's really interesting.
I mean, we know his area code is 954.
Why don't you try to call him,
I don't
Johnny?
know. I
Why don't
can't.
we try to
You
call
got
everybody in that area code?
That's so funny. Hi, remember us? Get on the phone and he'll go, why are you calling me? That's funny.
I hope he doesn't.
Yeah, what a lovely guy, and I hope he calls back.
Oh, I hope so. I hope he listens to the show and goes, oh, I think I need to call these people on Thursday. Yes, we're here Thursday with Karen.
Yay! I'll be back on Thursday, so Nathaniel, I hope you call back.
Or go to our website. We can call you if you forget.
That would be so nice.
Yeah.
Do you want did you want just to wrap things up, or did you want to wait some more? Or?
Honey, I would think, who knows what happened. And I hope that he gets the message and calls back on Thursday so we can talk to him again when I'm on.
Okay, so let's what we do is just do the shout out, and then
okay. This is for our last caller, which unfortunately was dropped, which rarely happens. Please.
We miss you, Nathaniel.
We already
in Sacramento.
Okay, and today is Tuesday, so Karen will be back on Thursday. So please call back then, okay? And all the other callers, we loved hearing from you. You were wonderful. You can choose from all of our shows, psychic days, chakra cleanses, guided meditations, interviews, so much. All you have to do is go to Life, Laughter, Happiness YouTube channel, and while you're there, don't forget to subscribe and reach out to us Karen at KarenPage.com directly for Karen. And all of us, you're welcome. Life, Laughter, Happiness, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. We would love to hear from you guys. Great. Another great show, Karen.
Thank you.
Sorry about my voice, you guys.
Thanks,
it's
everyone.
just not coming back, and I don't even talk that much.
Aw.
Well, you feel better.
All right.
I
Good night,
will.
everyone.
You feel better, Barbara.
Okay, well, thank